Beautiful souls, love reading time. I pre-pulled some cards because I wanted to see the theme of this reading, and there's a lot of messages for you, but the main one is nothing has gone wrong. Trust the process. This connection is divinely timed. So, whether you're together and arguing, whether you're in no contact, ghosted, whatever the case may be, this was meant to happen. And you're probably there, but I'm in pain. Why was this meant to happen? Why would they want to put me through pain? Because pain evolves us. Think about those tough experiences you've had in life, the painful ones. Do you feel like a stronger, better person that doesn't take any rubbish because of it? Most of you will probably say yes, because that's where you get to. And we learn and we grow. So, if a connection's become unhealthy, it might be pulled apart. If whatever it might be, we're meant to heal and learn and grow from these things. Whether you come back together or you don't, it's what's meant to happen. And I do believe that the universe is, everything is timed to the millisecond. Like the universe will put things into to push us a certain way. We'll be seeing things that might remind us of people because it needs to trigger us, because we still need to heal that part of ourselves. It all happens for a reason, and they're trying to guide us. We can resist and not do it, but that's the way I believe in my soul everything works. There is going to be a new chapter with your personal, for some of you, new love coming in. A new chapter begins, whether it's with a new partner or a current relationship. But there's a reminder of whatever happens, trying to leave those fears behind, not taking baggage into this connection, another connection. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in the fears of what might happen that we can't allow ourselves to be happy. Be optimistic and have gratitude. Keep in mind that you create your reality. You can't attract love with a negative mindset. Boundaries. You need to teach people how to treat you by being clear on what you will and won't allow. And that maybe a lot of us don't have boundaries. A lot of us, if there's love trauma in general, sometimes, and you find a lot with, domestic violence relationships, or where people don't treat us properly because of trauma, because of being treated that way as a child, or trauma that's happened through our lives, it makes us want that person more. And in your soul, you're like, you deserve better. You know that you deserve someone to treat you better. But it's like this broken little child. And there's a reason I'm saying this. The more someone treats us poorly, we want more of it. And it's about recognizing that, and actually like sitting down and saying to yourself, do you know what, I do crave this person, I do miss this person, but they don't treat me properly. And it is true that people will treat us how we allow to. If they, behave bad or treat us badly, and we just go back again and again. And it's about saying, actually, that really hurt me, that really affected me, and I'm not going to be with someone that treats me like that. Or we can be together, but this is hurtful behaviour and it needs to stop, and putting those healthy boundaries in. And maybe that is your lesson, and maybe that's why I've deviated so much. Maybe that is your lesson in all of this, to have those boundaries, to grow that self-love, grow that self-worth, is what I'm hearing. This love between you and your person, the person on your mind, is unconditional. The love between you and your person is eternal. Nothing and no one can take it away from you. But you've got twin flame, and they are the most triggering relationships. This person is your mirror soul. This is why this connection feels so sacred to you. So everyone's got their own beliefs. Not one of us were here at the start of time. No one actually knows. But I've never pushed this on anyone. But this is my universal truth. Karmic relationships are the ones that you break up. You have loads of drama. You're back again, you're off again, you're back again, drama, argument, until you finally close that door and learn and walk away and learn your karmic lessons. Soulmates, that's what you want. They're the easy ones. They're the people, and they come in a form of friendship, family. It's not always romantic, but it just works. Your friendship, your relationship, whatever the case may be. I've got some friends that are soulmates, and our personalities just work, and it's nice and it's beautiful, and we don't tend to argue, or it just works. And that's, in the sense of romantic, soulmates are the best ones. And then you have the twin flames. So the belief is that, and I strongly believe in reincarnation, that you are born and another person is born, and you both share the same soul. And you're destined to meet, not always romantic, not how it's been romanticized by certain companies. Be careful there. You're destined to meet 9 times out of 10 is romantic, or it can be on a friendship level. And you're supposed to have this, and it's normally on a romantic level, this short-lived, I mean, I can't put a timing on it. I'd say anything from 2 months to a year normally, but there's no exact science on that. Passionate, beautiful connection. And may I add, in that time, there'll be synchronicities, like you might have lived in the same place, gone to the same schools, same things happen in childhood, got the same amount of siblings. There'll be all these things that's like, whoa, wow, that's freaky, because you kind of have mirrored each other throughout life to that point. And then you have this really beautiful, passionate relationship that you've probably never had before in your life. And then you like hold mirrors up to each other and show each other your wounds. And that person will be looking at you and thinking, well, I'm not good enough because of this. And it'll have that trigger moment, and one person will run. You get the twin flame runner and chaser. And the other will chase. Sometimes the roles reverse. And the whole point, and it's not about living happily ever after, although that can happen, but the whole point, and to know you're a true twin flame, is when that separation period happens, you have a spiritual awakening. You might start reading cards, doing intuitive things, do sound healing, like you go through this awful dark night of the soul, which is like near on a flipping mental breakdown. And then you have this spiritual awakening, and you go on your path. You might be a healer, a reader. You'll do something that involves helping people, like helping broken birds, broken people. And you won't ever see life again. And the idea is that you have your spiritual awakening and you become whole yourself. It's not about the other person. It's about your spiritual awakening, your spiritual path, and you going on your right path. They're meant to come along and trigger you to go on that. Yes, maybe you'll both heal and get back together this lifetime, next lifetime. Maybe you won't. It's not even about that. And this is where so many people go wrong. And there's a reason I'm deviating today. I'm going to actually pull some cards and go to a part 2. If you'd like to book a private reading, links in my bio. Love and light.